Sagittarius, listen closely. Right now, somewhere beyond your awareness, a new horizon is quietly being shaped for you, crafted not by human hands, but by something far older, deeper, and meant. You may not see the complete blueprint, but the trajectory is already forming beneath your feet. Lately, there's been a subtle shift in your field, like the low hum of an ancient quest waking up. It whispers through your spirit in ways you can't quite name. But you felt it, haven't you? That sudden pull to launch, that restless ache like your bow is searching for a further target. And maybe you've brushed it off, called it wanderlust, distraction, or just a passing phase. But that stirring is not random. Nothing you're feeling in this July is without meaning. That tug in your chest, that quiet discomfort, that almost inaudible call, it's a signal. And the fact that you're hearing this message at all means the timing has arrived. You're standing on the edge of a chapter that was written long ago, and the gate is opening. But before we go deeper, there's something you need to know. Not everyone around you wants you to take this leap. There is an energy unseen but constant trying to slow your ascent. It clings to certainty, to the familiar roadmap, to old philosophies that no longer fit. It's the subtle weight that tries to anchor you when your spirit is ready to take flight. Whenever Sagittarius begins to ascend, the old world stirs in resistance, not out of strength, but fear, because this isn't just about changing locations. You're not just taking a trip, you're stepping into a new rhythm of time itself. And as this shift unfolds, you may feel depleted, raw, disconnected from people or beliefs you once held close. That is not a weakness. It is the universe unbinding you from attachments that cannot follow you forward. Astrologically, the signals are undeniable. In this July, Jupiter, your guiding planet of expansion, and Mercury meet in a rare trine with Pluto, what ancient astrologers once called the gate of divine translation. This alignment hasn't appeared in over a decade, and when it opens, it rearranges everything. It clears space for elevation, for intellectual migration, for true spiritual journey. It does not ask if you're ready. It simply says you cannot stay within these limited borders, and so the shift has already begun. Mercury, a fierce messenger, is bringing forward a truth you've delayed too long, the boundless freedom you dream of, the peace you crave, the philosophical certainty your soul keeps reaching for. It's already taking shape in the unseen. You may not have the itinerary yet, but the gates are being opened long before your hands touch them. Stoic thought teaches that truth is where the mind finds boundless space, and when the mind transforms, the outer world must catch up. Your thoughts have shifted, Sagittarius. Your soul is no longer aligned with the limited story it once called home. You can feel it in the way the walls close in, the way the air holds too much weight. Even silence sounds different. That's karma releasing. That's life loosening its grip on what you've outgrown. That's your inner knowing rising up, saying, it's time. And yes, that same subtle energy is still circling, quiet but persistent, trying to tether you to old timelines. But it's too late, because you're not just crossing thresholds, you're shifting lifelines. And when that shift begins, the old world resists. So if you've been feeling heavy, untethered, unusually philosophical, or oddly distant from what used to comfort you, that's not weakness, it's shedding. It's your body adjusting to what your spirit already sees. But if you dismiss this signal, if you silence the knowing inside you, this moment could pass, and once the gate closes, it may not open again for years. What you're hearing right now is not for everyone. Only those whose frequency matches this shift will feel the truth of it settle in their bones. And yet, the breakthrough, the true, unmistakable rupture that shifts your entire foundation, comes from this Jupiter-Pluto trine, one of the rarest alignments you'll ever live through, and one that doesn't knock twice. This is an astrological gate that only opens once every 13 years. And when these two planetary forces come into alignment, they trigger what the ancients once called the destiny expansion shift. So don't scroll past this. You didn't find this message by accident. And you're not just here out of curiosity, because in the next few minutes, something deeper will click into place. You begin to understand why the universe has been quietly rearranging your life behind the scenes, why certain beliefs have fallen away, why your surroundings suddenly feel unfamiliar, and why this shift is unfolding to protect your truth, your resources, your freedom, and your soul's deeper purpose. If your body is already picking up on this frequency, take a breath. Stay with me. Let the activation settle in. Sagittarius, as we step further into the deeper rhythm of this alignment, I want you to slow down and feel the truth moving around you. Nothing in your current space is still not really. Everything is shifting, stretching, softening, or breaking. Not because anything is wrong with you, but because the heavens are adjusting themselves on your behalf. Your path has been under a quiet build-up for years, and now Jupiter, your guiding planet of growth, truth and adventure, is leading you out of the cycle of certainty you've outgrown. For the first time in a long while, the fog is lifting. Your senses are clearing. You're not as tied down by confusion as you once were. It's like something inside you has finally stirred awake. You may feel an undeniable pull, a grounded certainty, like the earth itself is nudging you toward what no longer nourishes your spirit. That isn't just intuition. It's alignment. You're being gently lifted from a space that can't support the version of you that's now emerging. But the true shift, the deep, irreversible break that reshapes your foundation, comes through the trine between Jupiter and Pluto, one of the rarest and most potent alignments you will live through. This isn't just a new season, it's an energetic transplant. The universe is pulling you out from philosophy that's gone dry, brittle, no longer fertile, and is preparing to root you somewhere softer, richer, more alive with possibility. You might not know why you're being asked to leave, or why things are falling apart where you are, but the energy around you knows. Jupiter expands, Pluto transforms, and together they redraw the blueprint of your foundation from the inside out. Then there is Neptune retrograde, pulling back the veil like fog retreating over a mountain field. Anything that's been quietly draining you financially, emotionally, spiritually is being revealed. Any relationship dynamic or environment that has left you feeling limited, scattered, or small is being exposed now. Neptune doesn't shout, it whispers until the truth can't be ignored. You may start to feel distant from people who once felt like your whole world. You might hear a quiet, certain no rise up inside you, even without knowing exactly why. That's not confusion. That's karma clearing. And Saturn, the elder, the teacher, the architect of truth, has a message just for you. When you refuse to walk away from what dims you, the universe will find ways to move you anyway. The heaviness you've been carrying in your current space, it's not punishment, it's pressure. It's the gentle quake beneath your feet designed to loosen your grip so you'll finally move toward what is actually meant. That recent rupture, the argument, the heartbreak, the financial shift, the moment of lost certainty, it wasn't an accident. It was a sacred interruption, a final necessary shake from the cosmos. You may be feeling it in your body now. Restless sleep, waking up in the middle of the night, a sudden desire to clean everything, shift the furniture, open the windows. That tension in the air, that weight sitting just behind your chest, it's not anxiety, it's preparation for liftoff. Your soul has already started to release its hold on the story you've been living in. It's already moved forward, even if your physical body hasn't yet caught up. That's why you feel like you're only half there. Why even your greatest adventure doesn't quite feel like an adventure anymore. But in the middle of this unraveling, there's something sacred blooming. Because even now, the universe is sending quiet confirmations, signs that the blessing is already in motion. Seeing numbers like 333 or 1/11 is never just coincidence. These are not random flickers. They are signs, steady and sacred, reminding you that you're being protected, shaped, and prepared. 1/11 speaks to a new gateway opening. And Sagittarius, if anything within you feels that quiet pull, like your body pausing in recognition or a warmth rising from your chest, that's your signal. That's the moment where something begins to click into place. So before we continue, I want you to come back to your breath. Feel your body. Notice the weight behind your ribs or the tingling down the backs of your arms. That's the energy of your new timeline brushing against your skin. If the very first words here struck a deep chord, if it felt like someone had reached into your life and named what you couldn't say out loud, then stay right here. A shift in your horizon is not just about place. It's the beginning of everything else changing. Your finances, your physical well-being, your relationships, and the stillness within you. Every aspect of your chart, your energy field, your spiritual rhythm is pointing in the same direction. This July, the universe is unlocking the truth gate. The threshold that once felt sealed is now swinging open. And the moment you cross it, you step into a path that has always been yours, but could only become visible once you left where you are now. If your chest feels warmer, if you find your breath sinking lower, or a steady part of you leaning forward, that's your spirit saying, yes, it's already happening. It's time to trust, time to rise into the life that's calling you. Time to receive what has been waiting for you on the other side. Sagittarius, now that we've explored the energies that are moving beneath your feet, let's walk deeper into the spiritual layer of this message. Because this next truth is not ordinary insight. It's meant for those who've endured their darkest nights with no audience, who have kept their hearts open even while carrying heavy things. God has seen what you've endured in the place you currently live, the kind of loneliness that seeps in after sunset, the kind of noise that doesn't let your nervous system rest, the lack of safety that made your spirit stay on edge, even in your own room, the emotional weight you've carried in a space that was meant to hold you. The silent tears you never explained, every part of that, every cracked wall, every moment you felt small or exposed or invisible, none of it went unseen. God witnessed it all, and when God watches a soul suffer quietly, yet still hope, still give, still believe, He moves. The new horizon now forming for you isn't a temporary shelter. It is a turning point in your soul's journey, a symbol of rebirth. A new cycle rising beneath your feet. Freedom, in its truest form, is not just wide open spaces. It's a frequency, a feeling, a memory in the making. And this new place, it carries the vibration of who you are becoming, not the version of you that had to survive. This new environment will let your body soften. It will bring your breath back to its natural rhythm. It will give your thoughts clarity again. Stress will begin to lift. Doubt will lose its grip. Even your connections with others will shift because the space you rest in shapes the version of yourself you feel safe enough to express. Buddhist teachings say something simple but profound. When the place no longer matches, the body and mind karma begins to dissolve. And Sagittarius, you have outgrown the energetic story of your current foundation, the old frequencies, the repeated emotional cycles, the silent burdens. They can no longer contain you. You are shedding a layer of who you were is falling away, and the universe must now offer a new vessel for this quieter, stronger spirit that's emerging. That restlessness, you feel the detachment, the pull to leave. Even without a plan, it is not fear. It is your release. This is what a karmic shell breaking sounds like. And God is not just watching. He's preparing the ground where your next season will take root, because the blessing that's coming, the one tied to your money, your peace, your power, it cannot bloom where you are now. In the chapter ahead, you are stepping into financial alignment. Money that rewrites your story, a contract, a breakthrough, a release from debt, or a windfall that shows up in ways you didn't plan. But for that to happen, the environment must match the energy. God cannot pour new blessings into a room still holding old resistance. So He is clearing the noise, pulling you from chaos, removing the hands and energies that without you realizing it have been draining your confidence, your resources, your sacred strength. Sagittarius, if anything inside you has stirred, if you felt a quiet warmth or an inner knowing that something is aligning, trust that that is the divine energy touching you, confirming you are right where you need to be. So before we go deeper, I want you to check in with your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice your breath. If you feel a soft pressure in your chest or a deep, quiet, calm moving through your body, that's your confirmation. The energy of your new path is already beginning to settle in. If the first words I spoke here made your heart soften or brought a gentle stillness to your spirit, then keep listening. This isn't just about changing your view. This is about changing your destiny. This is about shifting your entire vibration, adjusting the very essence of your timeline. And here's something you may not have realized. The moments you daydreamed about living in a different place, a quiet room, sunlight pouring in through the windows, a space where your mind could finally rest. Those were not just fantasies. Those were seeds planted by your soul. Intuition is the divine language. And every time your thoughts wandered to a new truth, it was the universe pulling you gently forward. So hear this clearly, Sagittarius. You're not moving because you simply want to. You're moving because the universe is making a way for you. The doors that once seemed locked are now opening. The people who once kept you in place are moving out of the way. The confusion that clouded your vision is beginning to lift. The path ahead is becoming clear. And if you feel your heart beating steadier, if your body feels more at ease, if something deep within you feels seen and recognized right now, that's the sign you've been waiting for. This is your confirmation. Something sacred is unfolding, and your new foundation of truth is just the beginning of it. If these words feel familiar to your spirit, trust them, comment, share, claim this energy. Stay with me as we continue to unlock the deeper layers of this message for you. The activation is already in motion. A shift in your foundation marks the beginning of shifts in everything else: your wealth, your health, your relationships, and your inner peace. Every part of your energy, your spiritual blueprint, and the universe around you is telling you the same thing. The truth portal is opening. The door that once seemed sealed is now swinging wide. The moment you cross that threshold, you step into a future that's always been meant for you, but it was only accessible once you let go of where you are now. Sagittarius, you are the embodiment of expansive power, of boundless truth, of the fire energy that ignites and guides. This is not by chance. This is your destiny unfolding with perfect timing. If you've been dreaming of wide-open skies, horses running, standing on a mountain peak, those visions are signs of transition. Any relationship situation or environment that has drained you, that has quietly weakened your foundation, is now being revealed. Neptune is pulling back the veil to show you the truth. If you felt the weight of someone or something in your life making you feel unsafe or unstable, Neptune is showing you the way forward. You may feel a distance growing between you and those who once felt close. Your inner no may be rising even when you can't explain it. That's Neptune, clearing the old attachments, the karmic ties that no longer serve you. This move is not just about elevation, it is about protection. The new horizon that awaits you is filled with light, both physical and spiritual. You may sense this light already in your daydreams in the way sunlight feels brighter, how open windows and fresh air seem to call you. Light is the symbol of divine alignment. The place you are moving to is vibrating at a frequency that supports clarity, intuition, wealth, and emotional safety. You may be going through a test now, a sudden conflict, an unexpected financial strain, an emotional crack in your world. But trust this, right after these tests comes the opening. The relocation, the new environment, and the hidden blessing waiting inside this move are already on their way. And there's someone around you, quietly, almost unnoticed, who has been watching your journey with awareness. This person will help you financially with advice or simply by opening a door you didn't see. They may not realize it, but the universe is using them as a bridge to your next chapter. Their presence in your life right now is no accident. It is divine timing at work. Sagittarius, before any major shift occurs in your life, there is always a moment of gentle breaking. It's as though the universe is preparing the soil for the next phase of your journey. This is the quiet but powerful space where things feel like they're falling apart. A conversation goes wrong. A plan you've carefully crafted starts to crumble. An opportunity slips away without warning. You may find yourself questioning why things are breaking down, why you're losing things you thought you had control over. But don't fear this. It's not a setback. It's part of the larger cosmic plan. It's the universe's way of clearing the final obstacles, the last block that stood between you and the next chapter. This is the energy of your old environment, releasing its grip on you, making way for something better, something more aligned with your true self. In these moments, it's easy to panic. It's easy to think you've made a mistake, that you're somehow off course. But in truth, these ruptures are necessary. They are not random accidents. They are divine signals that you're on the right track. Baba Anga, the spiritual teacher, once said, "The twin soul leaves the old place to avoid karmic danger." This powerful statement reveals a deep truth about your journey. Sagittarius, your move, whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual, isn't just about stepping into a new place. It's a form of protection. The universe is guiding you away from a karmic misfortune you were never meant to experience. It's not just a step toward blessing. It's a shift that keeps you safe. A move that pulls you away from energies that could have blocked your growth. The freedom that awaits you is not just a change of scenery or a new address. It's something much more profound. This new beginning represents a sanctuary, a place where your soul can finally settle, where your body can rest deeply, and where your spirit can breathe freely. It's not just four walls and a roof. It's a space of peace, a space where your blessings can land without interference. This new path will be a reflection of your inner transformation, and as you step into it, you'll feel a sense of alignment you've never experienced before. As you begin to settle into the idea of this new life, you might start noticing subtle shifts in your perception. You might find yourself more aware of the light around you, the warm golden glow of sunlight, or the clarity of the air as you breathe. You might crave openness, space, and natural light. You may even find yourself opening the windows more often or seeking out places that feel lighter and more peaceful. These signs are not random. They are divine symbols that your environment is beginning to align with your soul's frequency. The life you're moving toward will carry an energy of clarity, intuition, wealth, and emotional safety. It will be a place where your spirit can truly thrive. Every moment of pain, every tear you shed in silence, every time you felt unseen or unprotected was seen by the divine. God witnessed it all. The moments when you felt trapped, when you thought things would never get better, when you wondered if you were enough. And in those moments, God stood by you, unseen, but ever present. When the divine sees long-term suffering in a soul that continues to hope, that continues to try to believe, he intervenes. The new horizon being prepared for you is not just a shelter. It is the beginning of a new soul cycle. It marks the next version of you, a version that is emerging with strength, purpose, and a deep sense of self-worth. Sagittarius, listen closely now. The truth you are moving to is not something you have to chase or force. It's not a destination you have to search for or grab onto with all your might. The truth is, this destiny is already seeking you. You do not find it, it finds you. If you are feeling that warmth in your heart as you read this, or if you find that your breath is deepening, or if your spirit seems to lean in, that is your confirmation. Destiny is already at work, and the life you are meant to call yours is calling your name. Nothing, no fear, no doubt, no delay can stop this process. What is meant for you will come, and it is coming now. If this message resonates with you, take a deep breath and claim it. Allow yourself to receive this truth, because it's not just a message, it's an activation. This is a timeline shift, a spiritual agreement between you and the future that's already waiting for you. The soul of your new path is already whispering your name, drawing nearer, gently pulling itself toward your energy. It is waiting for you to make the space for it in your life. Now take a moment, Sagittarius. Breathe deeply and relax your body. Let your mind soften and your spirit open. From this point on, this message is no longer just something you hear. It is something you become. If you felt warmth in your chest, tingling in your hands, or a deep sense of calm rising within you, that is confirmation that the next step is already unfolding. The universe is calling you, and you are ready. Let's deepen this experience together. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in for 11 seconds. Hold that breath for a moment, and then release it slowly, letting go of any old energy, memories, attachments, or weights that no longer serve you. This breath is your reset, a physical, emotional, and spiritual cleansing. With each exhale, you are releasing the old and making space for the new. This is your permission to step away from what was and to step into what will be. Now open your eyes slowly. Take a small piece of paper in your hand. This is an important moment. Write these words down slowly, intentionally feeling the power of each word as it flows from your hand. Sagittarius claims limitless horizon. These words are not just affirmations, they are spiritual signatures. By writing them, you are sending a direct signal to the universe that you are choosing alignment over fear, destiny over delay, truth over doubt. When you finish writing, fold the paper gently, as if sealing a sacred contract with the universe, with your soul, and with your future. The universe is bringing someone into your life, someone who will play an important role in your journey. This person may offer you financial assistance, recommend a path, or simply open a door you hadn't seen. They may not realize it, but their presence is not accidental. Their timing is divine, and they are part of the bridge that connects you to your new life. Remember, Sagittarius, before any timeline shift, there is always a moment of rupture. But know this, it is not a setback. It is the universe making space for the next chapter. The space you are about to step into is not just a physical place. It is a space of transformation, healing, and alignment. Your new destiny is waiting for you. Sagittarius, picture a doorway in front of you. Soft, warm light spills from within, and calm air flows out, carrying a familiar, peaceful energy, one that feels like ultimate freedom, even though you've never stepped inside. This is not just your imagination. This is your soul recognizing the energy of the destiny that is coming into your life. See your hand reaching for the doorknob. Watch as the door opens and see yourself stepping across the threshold. Let your mind settle inside to this vision. Feel your body anchored in it. You are creating an energetic bridge between yourself and the place that your destiny has already chosen for you. Over the next 48 hours, protect your vibration with intention. There are 3 colors to avoid during this time: pure black, bright red, and dark green. These colors disrupt the flow of clarity and can momentarily distort the timeline you are aligning with. Instead, wear colors that bring you peace and stability. Deep purples, rich blues, and creamy whites. These colors are grounding, helping you stay anchored and tuned into the frequency of your new horizon. Pay close attention to the signs that will follow this ritual. If you see 333, it's a sign that your divine guidance is near. If you see 777, it's the universe confirming your luck and fortune. And if you see 111, know that your new gateway is open for manifestation. Now, take a moment and write these words down slowly with intention, feeling each word as it leaves your hand. Sagittarius claims limitless horizon. These words are not mere affirmations. They are spiritual signatures, a direct message to the universe that you are choosing alignment over fear, destiny over delay, and truth over doubt. When you finish writing, fold the paper gently as if you're sealing a sacred contract with the universe. Every comment, every word you share, is an energetic pulse. It strengthens your connection to the new life calling to you. And hear this with your whole soul. Do not stay silent. Silence in this moment is a cancellation. Silence tells the universe that you are not yet ready to receive what is meant for you. Speak with intention. Let your energy flow freely, claiming the alignment that is already coming into your life.